yung gagayahin natin. Meron siyang nav dito, nandito yung title, dito yung image, next. Ito yung kukopyahin natin. So, yung gagawin ko, float or float lang muna, float. Okay, so we need to gather some images. So basically, let me share to you guys kung paano ba ako maghanap ng mga pictures. So yung topic niya is about lumber yard. So hanap tayo ng lumber. So usually, there are two website na pinupuntahan ko looking for a mga tawag na free images and videos. First is yung pixels.com. All images here, according to them, sabi nila, is free to download. You can search for it. Let's say lumber. Lumber. Lumber ni. Yun, may mga lumber tayo dito na pwedeng makopya as our sample images. But yung usual na pinupuntahan ko is yung Pixabay. Mas maganda ko yung Pixabay. There are a lot of beautiful images here. Lumber talaga. So, ano yung sample natin dito? So, may tractor. Makakabili ng traktora. Miling lang kita, miling. Sigun tayo ni. I-download tayo ni. Click mo lang. Click mo lang free download. Gurgutil at pilion. Then, check mo lang. Pero ang picture na kailangan tayo. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pictures. So, may na kita usa. Then, biling pa kita ni ba? Pwede nala kay may da para cool. There are all 3 dito ha. Uy. Lang hikuan crosswalks. So you need to verify yourself. Abahin robot ka mo. Four pictures, 2 more. Wala rin mag-load. Yung paketan iba. Next. Uy, adi. So, before you create a website, try to gather muna all the resources that you need before ka mag-start pag-develop. Kailangan testado na yung mga needed na mga tools. Resources niyo. Na lang. Yun. And then I want to look for this kind of background na adhaya likod. Lumber background. Ay, hari mag-display. Ay, spelling pala. Background. Wrong spelling. So, alin ba yung mainam dito na background? Hanap lang tayo. Nila. Yo. Okay, so how natin kinhimo dati? We just need to go to the thing that we have created last time. Ito yon, yung Chaka page. So ito yung ginamit ko last time. Let me just remove this one na lang. Lagay ko yung mga download ko ngayon. Okay. So, lagay pa ako ng isang folder. So, ilalagay ko yung assets. So, yung asset, dito ko ilalagay yung images. And then, within that images, maglalagay din ako ng CSS. So, okay. So, meron akong CSS. Dito ko ilalagay yung external files ko. Then, yung images, dito naman nakalagay yung mga images na dinownload ko. So, let me open that yung CSS files natin. So, documents, my first website. Okay. So, alisan ko lang to. Ay, hindi siya nagpalis. Okay, so currently ito yung file. So, all I need to do now, first is, I'm going to create a CSS file. Since may dinamak di zoom ko lang. Klaro. Remove ko lang iba na content. Ramo yung content ko dati. So, title, di ko nalabutang at my first website. And then, I created a new file. I'm going to save this as style.css. You can name it whatever you want. And then I'm going to I'm going to na-align, di na-align. Pinasaway here. I'm going to source yung external CSS natin using a link real style sheet CSS type niya. And then, yung source dito. So, nandito yung file ko. Yung CSS natin is nandito sa assets. Tingnan nyo guys ha. Yung alignment natin ng ating current file, ito is magka-level sila ng assets. So, I can just directly go to this one. CSS and then, oh, saan to na-save? Source ko as CSS. So, paano natin make sure na ito yung ating file or hindi na atin pag-source sa CSS is tama? We can just click on our website. We can just run this one. Sana yun? Click mo boss. And wala siyang output. Pero try natin mag-right-click, view page source, and i-click natin to. If hindi siya parang page not found, try ko i-rename to. Kung yan yung lumabas, therefore, hindi natin na-access ng tama yung CSS files. Or kahit anong files. Pero kung ito yung lumabas, wala pa kasing laman, lagyan ko muna ng laman. Butang na nakin sambol. Try to refresh, then makita natin yung content. Yung laman ng file. So that's how we can say na okay, tama yung pag-access ko ng file. Kasi merong iba na hindi nila na-access ng tama. Okay. So ngayon, moving on. Let's try to go back to yung sample natin. Yung gusto nating gayahin. So kung titignan natin, meron siyang nav, meron din siyang header. Ito yung nav, ito yung header, Ito yung sa container, sa section, not sa section, but div lang to na container. Nandito yung footer niya. Then, meron ditong aside. Dito sabihin natin isang div na naman. Then, dito is an article. Pwede sabihin natin article or section. Dito, tatlong column na article. So, you can use yung flexbox. You may use as well yung float. So, sa ngayon, gagamitin ko lang is yung float. So, let me start. Nasa labas siya. So, for temporary, magamit akong div as my main container or yung pinaka main wrapper niya, container. And then, I'm going to copy the nav. Lalagay ko dito. And afterwards sa nav, ilalagay ko rin yung header. Then, after that header, meron tayong sinasabing yung sabihin ko lang div. Pangalanan ko lang tong, kasi marami kasing div. Content area. Oh, hindi to content area. Hindi naman siya content. Meron siyang aside. Usually nilalagay ko, just for the sake na magkaroon ng unique, is inner container. Container. Then, sa baba nun is nandito yung footer. So, lagay ko footer. Yan. Then, sa loob ng inner container, there are two columns. Meron tayong sa content area na nga, additional div. Plus, yung content area, you can name whatever, tawag nun? Class name you want. Okay lang yun. Then, dito naman is yung sa aside. Yan. So, let's try to fix muna yung structure before setting up yung content. Yung mga pictures, mamaya lalagay na natin yan. Once ma-settle na natin yung structure ng layout natin. So, pupunta tayo dito sa ating CSS. So, let's start with the container. So, sa container, I would like to have a width of maximum width of 1,200 pixels. And gusto ko i-center siya o lagyan siya ng kulay muna, sabihin natin red. Later, babaguhin natin yan. And then, lagyan ko na rin siya ng minimum height of 500 pixels. And then, gusto kong maglagay din ng, gusto ko siyang i-center. So, yung pag-center ng mga div, for now, you can just use margin 0 auto. So, yung mga minimal coding, may mention ko naman kung anong purpose nun sa part ng CSS. Dito, we specify the width. Dito, we specify basically yung background color as it says on its property. We can specify the minimum height ng div na yan. Then, margin 0 auto, this will center up yung element natin. So, let's try to run. Refresh natin. So, yun. Ito na yung ating div na pula. Yung div na pula. Kung tatanggal natin yung margin 0 auto, so nasa left side siya. Pero kung mayroon, nasa center siya. So by the way, meron tayong space dito sa taas. Kung makikita, mapapansin nyo, it is browser. Kanang browser yan. If you want to manage that one, you just need to specify lahat. HTML, body, ano pa ba, and other element things na yung margin nila is 0 pixels and also yung padding is 0 pixels. 0 or 0 px para mawala yung mga padding nila. But if you want na meron, manage nyo na lang sa part ng container. Okay, so next, is I want to specify yung nav lang muna. So within the container, nandoon yung nav natin. So kung maglagay ng background color of, I don't know kung may brown, and then I want to put a width of 100%, which adapts to the maximum width of container. And then maglalagay lang muna ako ng height of or mean height of, sabihin natin 30 pixels. Tingnan natin to. Maliit, paraking ko lang. 50. Adjust na lang natin yan kung hindi siya tama. So yun, nandito na yung knob natin. Nakikita nyo ba? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, palitan natin to ng header. Yan. Then, okay. Okay, sa ngayon, kung makikita nyo, sabihin natin, ano ba term ito? Hindi pa siya magandang tingnan. It's because we are just managing yung layout muna. Later on, tingnan natin, mapapahusay natin ito. Gamay laha. Bangin, ma-disappoint ka mo pag-design. So now, let's proceed to the the inner container rather. Just want to put the container kasi under naman siya doon. So let me just copy also the other things here. Paste. Sabihin natin yellow. May moron na ko yung kuan. Color. Refresh. Yan. Next, yung footer. Sabihin natin green. Merong 50. Yan. So, palaging ko lang bagya yung dito, yung inner container. Next is yung sa loob dito. So, meron siyang yung 2 columns kasi 2 columns meron sa part ng sidebar at saka sa part ng content area. So, let's start with the content area. Yung level of CSS o pag ganito ba, yung level na yung selecting of element, yung required na level lang daw niya is 3rd level maximum. So first level, second level, and then yung 3rd level. Kasi hahaba na masyado kung may 4th and so on pa. So dito, first I want to copy lang muna nito. Ano yung kulay? Sabihin ko orange. That is for the content area. And then for the aside. Tama ba? Tama, ito ang aside. So, ano pang kulay na wala? Red. Yun, bumba. So, papalitan natin ng width dito. Yung width dito, it should be, sabihin natin, mayroon lang siyang 70% for the content area. And then for the aside, meron siyang 30%. Yun, nagsarang. So, supposedly, dapat adin niya igbaw. Yung na red. So, this, dito na natin magamit yung float. Kinakailangan lahat ng element dito is mayroong float. Ilagay na lang natin which we're going to start. So, let me, dito, maglalagay ako ng float. Bigyan natin ng mga float. Wait. Start lang ay dito para sa content area. Lagay tayo ng float left. Ano yung mangyayari? Yan, sumunod. Hindi naman nagkaroon ng error yung iba. So, okay lang. So, let me try to zoom in and zoom out kung masisira ba yung layout natin. So far, hindi naman siya nasisira. It's just like I said kanina, we need to manage yung responsiveness niya. If ever we try to resize yung screen, it should adapt. Diba? So, magagawa lang natin yan if we make our website mobile responsive, which is madidiscuss natin yung topics dito sa topic na to. For now, hindi ko pa yan ma-implement pagdating sa mobile responsiveness. But soon, I'm going to share it to you para meron kayong idea kahit papaano. Okay? So ngayon, meron na tayong layout, basic layout niya. So next is maglagay naman tayo ng itong first na content. Lalagay natin siya dito. Sabihin natin section. No, article na lang. Para siyang article. Ay, wait. This is a welcome page. Lumber. Di naman siya masabing article, no? Kung di siya masabing article, then wag natin siyang gawing article. Section na lang natin. Within this, I'm referring to this one, itong section. Tapos dito, mayroong 3 columns. So, kailangan, we need to separate yung area na to dito. So, we need to provide another div dito and tsaka dito. Para hindi siya, para ma-separate siya. Okay, nasa taas. Then, another section for the 3 columns. Or I can use div na lang. Div, then 3 sections. Sometimes nga ginagamit dito is div pa rin. Div na rin. Di ako sanay gumamit ng section. Then, lagyan natin to ng class na sabihin natin yung 3 columns. For call dash e dash container. So, I'm referring to this one. So, yung isa naman, div na rin yung gagamitin ko. Call 1. Container. Yan. Tapos, pwede ako maglagay ng column or call. So, okay. So, I'm going to access this container 3 columns. And then yung call. So, yung 3 column container, yung column niya, is yung sa 1, yung 1 para, sorry. So, maglalagay tayo ng isang green 100%. Tapos, sabihin natin 300. Tingnan muna natin ano yung magiging output dito. Ay, may blue egg bow. Hindi mapapansin. Boy ulit. Yan, dito yung container natin. Then 3 column, lalagay naman tayo ng sa baba. Transparent na lang. Minimum of 300. Ito. This is for the yung may 3-column container. Then yung mga individual column dito naman natin nilagay. So para mas makita, I think we can set yung border na lang niya. Not 1 pixels, solid green. Then yung percentage niya is, ilan ba yung percentage 100% divided by 3? Guys.
Sir, 33.33.
Halaba, no? So what we're going to do is we can use the calc for that. Calc is yung 3. So para maging equal, so regardless kasi kung i-divide natin mano-mano, di ba, 33.333, something like that. So to solve that one, we just going to calc function of CSS. So refresh natin. So bumaba. So therefore, yung border niya nakakadagdag ng space. I don't know if it works. Lagyan daw natin ng border box kasi nakakadagdag siya ng space. Border box. Border box. I mean box sizing. I'm not sure kung box sizing na works sa border, but it works sa padding. Hindi siya na-work. Therefore, i-background color na lang natin. Hindi yan na ayun. No. There are what we called outline. Hindi siya hindi pa rin. Okay. May kulang, sorry. Yung kulang ko, let me try yung float. It should float left. So, hindi mo tumaas yung isa. So, palitan natin to ng outline. Yan, tumaas na yung isa. Okay. So, ganito yung mga, why it is important yung float. So, yung outline, hindi siya nagdadagdag ng space sa totality of the width. Kasi ano yung mga attributes na nag-add ng actual width. Diba? Currently, meron siyang width of 33 point something. But since yung border meron yung width, nilagay ko kanina 1 pixel, so it will work both sides. So magkakaroon ng 2 pixels. Then sa padding, it also adds sa actual width also yung margin. Yung margin hindi, yung padding. So outline na lang yung nilagay ko kasi it doesn't provide or doesn't add to the additional width or to the totality of the width. Ngayon, may napansin kayo na yung footer natin tumaas. So, para ma-fix natin yung mga problem na yan na tumataas yung ibang element, we need to make sure na lahat ng nilagay natin is mayroong float. Lagyan natin ng float. Yung mga container lang ha, hindi lahat. Yung mga container natin. Yan. Para bumaba. So, bakit may yellow dito? Yung yellow na to, this is, ano yung yellow? Yung inner container. We can just remove those colors later on. So, what we have done at this moment is to set up yung layout. So, we already have yung sa header, sa navigation bar natin. We also have space for our header, yung sa content part, yung dito. Then yung 3 columns, yung sa sidebar, and then yung sa footer. Okay? So those are the areas na pwede natin ma-fix. Ngayon, maglagay na tayo ng mga data na pwede natin ilagay. So let's start with the nav. Sa nav is usually pwede maglagay ng anchor agad-agad. Of course, this is index.html. And then yung home. Then after that, ano ba iba niya nakuha? News then about. But we're not going to make a news page. This is just for the home page. But we can just have a sample later para to test our links if it works. About.html. Refresh. No, teman. Ikitan. Buti ay. Header was Jack's lumber yard. We chopped down prices too. So header. So header, yung title niya will be H1. Then, ibong ko la, Raymond's. Bangin suming kakalpat rangaran. Lumber yard. And then I would like to put a paragraph here if I want. We chop down prices too. We chops down prices. Wrong spelling. Prices too. So naka-italic yung ginawa niya. So I can put it as italic using the M element. So let's try to check it out. Yun. Hindi na kita content. Tsaka garing. Next is yung picture. Tapos yung welcome message dito sa baba. Unahin ko lang yung lagay ako ng image using the image tag. Then yung source nandun sa assets. Yung images. Alin ba yung images yung ilalagay natin dyan? Alin na yung image 2. So, images slash image 2.jpg. So, alt niya woods. Tapos, merong siyang it can be considered as article. Si article na lang, content man niya. Yung welcome, lagay ko sa P. Then, gawin ko siyang makapal using the strong. And lagyan ko ng welcome. Naman sa baba, yung another paragraph, maglagay ako ng lorem. Uy, wala mag-work. Laki ng image. Sige, i-fix muna natin yung image. Hindi tayong pagkinita. Sa ngayon, inline nung muna yung gagawin ko for temporary. So, lagyan ko lang siya ng 100%. Yan. At least napaliit siya ng bahagya. Then, after that, we need to proceed to the 3 columns. We can just copy this one for the sake of mas maging malaksi. Yung nakalagay na title dito was lumber stock. So, yung picture tas lumber stock. Lumber stock. Stock? Tama na. Then yung image. I also need yung image. Then, let's try to use yung 1 for this one. And sabihin natin lumber stock na rin yung nandito. Yung alt height, it is used to describe the image. So yung sa akin, sample lang. So yung next is price cuts. Then next is yung carpenters. Carpenters. Yun. And then 4. Let's try to check it out. So yun, may content na tayo dito. Marami masyado yung text. Sa iba, bawas-bawasan ko lang. Kudo, and kudo. Then is, mayroong siyang button. So we need to provide a button. Ano nakalagay? Check stock, see, read more na lang yung ilalagay ko. So may button siya. We can do yung button. So type button. HTML form to guys, if you're wondering, yung button. It can be served as a link naman later on. Check stock. Check stock. Then let me copy this one. Ano yung kadua? See what's on sale. See, capital. What's on sale. Next is find carpenters. Carpenters. Save and let's try to refresh. Yan, we have the button. Yan dito lo. Muti ako. Button. Okay. Then footer, yung footer, iba mati footer dili. Maganda rin maka-align mo pa ito footer. So footer, lagay lang tayo ng footer. Sabihin natin p-tag. And then, yung copyright na lang. Usually mga ganon. Copyright. Although diri pa yung copyrighted. Itong at copy na ginagawa ko, this is the icon na makita natin sa mga copyright. Yung may parang may letter C. Let me try to zoom it out. Zoom it up. So ito man. Ito yung at copy yung kanina. Nakita niyo? Klaro pa.
Is there nakadubos? Bottom left corner.
Tama ito niyan, icon. Iniya na at and copy. Okay. Sidebar pa ngayon. May matapos at content. So, we need to have yung Google Map.
Yes, sir.
Side. Butang anakin div for the Google Map. Container lang. Container.
Center dito yung sir.
Tapos yung isa. Yan, later on. Style natin ito yung ma-manage. Edihiya contact form container. So, ang ginihimo pala natin yan is to set up all the ni Sari content pa lang. So once ma-set up na naton, kasi makuri pag design hinwaray content. Baga na imagine lang kita, mas mapay mga sample content. So na akong kulit kon I would like to use this one, p tag. Then strong, then contact. Tapos may din yung mga address. So I can also use yung address na kuan. Then yung number tapos kuan. 0927123456. Dito, so ito. For the sake of simplicity. Then yung hello lady. Ano ba ini? Capital P. Kulang na ini. Late. And then yung form. So yung form, if nakakalimutan nyo yung form, we need to have this form tag. It is important. Kung may na action, we can set yung action. Kumat kita naka-PHP, so wala pa. Method, usually post yan. Then we're going to specify the label. So kung nagdadali kong pag-code, best way ito is to visit the W3 schools. Baga naabat ako hingkuan. Yung pag-code. Forms. Hanapin natin si forms. Di mani forms. Ano tiya may da? Text area. Tapos kuan. Okay. I-run a day. I-copy paste a day. Tapos i-plaster ta didi. Yan. Naman ito kuan. Kung makita ka mahit mga may, di ba, may mga posts na malaksi mag-code, bagayan hacker or something like that. Tapos may comparison na run reality na natatabo. Google lang ayan. Amad to. Tuod. Ito nagbibinuwa nga post. That is what really happening. Name, email address, message. Name, gin full name niya didi. Sige na lang. Name. Tapos didi. Email. May dalawa type na email. Then, email address. Tapos, yung isa was the for message. What he uses a text area, which is yung malapad. Name is message. ID is also message because of the 4. Name din di ka stricto kung ano tayo bubutang. Then is send message. Value, yung pinaka-label. Send message. Ito, yung name din. Ilagay ng submit. Yan. Let me try to run this one. Yun. Tsakandurong layout. Amalot koan. Papausahin ta. So, let's try to find a Google map. How to embed it on our website. Search lang. Google Map. Pero yung kini. Ay, hindi na lugar. Davao man ini. Ayo man. Hello. Sabihin na cathedral na lang. So, may lang din pag-embedin code. Share. embed map. Just copy this iframe. Kailan narakuha na malbatera. Amalatera ko. Iframe. And then put here. Once we run that code, we have the Google Map. Kaso, sarang. So we can just put yung height, width niya into 100% kasi naka 600 kanina. And then yung height, itaw natin. Yan. So bawas-bawasan na lang natin ng about 200 pixel. 250. Yan, may Google Map na kita. So almost mahihimo na natin ang content niya. So we have the okay. We're already done with the content part. May mga content na kita. Footer, okay. So the next na gagawin natin is to give it a proper styling na. Let's start with the nav. The nav has those A's or yung anchor tag. So saan yung nav natin? Dito yung nav natin. Ito na lang hababa butang. Nav meron siyang A. Wait. So yung kulay dito sa gusto nating paggayahan is gold and white. So balik tayo dito. So tapos ano ba? Kung mapapansin nyo, capital lahat. Pero yung nilagay ko dito, hindi capital. So sa nav, gusto ko siyang magkaroon ng color or yung text color niya of white. So white. And then yung text decoration, ito yung underline. I want it to be none. And then yung text transform, want it to become uppercase lahat. And then, so every time I hover on that particular hover, ko yung text color niya magiging orange. Orange. Yeah. Hover. Yan. Then, I want the font family yung area lang. Then, based dito sa design, mo pa ito spacing. So, I want to adjust its padding. Mm-hmm. 10 pixels up and bottom and 20 pixels left and right. So, hindi nag-work yung sa top bottom. We need to specify the display inline block. Hindi kasi nag-work yung padding sa top and bottom. Yan. So, parang nalilitan pa ako. So, I wanted to make it 20 and let's say 30 dito. Di ba malaki masyado? Okay. So, let's say ganun lang muna. Yung pixels natin. So, sa nav, maglalagay ako ng padding. Padding sa left and right na about 10 pixels. Tingnan natin yung output nito. Okay. Then I'm going to remove, yung gawin ko lang tong 30. In effect ba wala? So check natin kung nadadagdag ng maayos. So wala namang mga extra margin. So it fits naman. Kung na-highlight natin, fix naman yung size niya. Pero kung mapansin nyo dito, sumobra na siya. Diba? It is because, sabi ko nga, yung padding, it adds to the actual width, totality of the width of an element. So nagsobra siya dito. To fix that one, we need to put a box sizing border box. Yan. So if ever makaka-encounter kayo sa other element, we just need to put those things. So lagyan na lang natin din yung iba na container. Para if ever maglagay tayo ng mga padding, it will not add to its container or element width. So basically dito kulay is transparent na black. But since yung background natin is naka white pa, lagyan muna natin ng background yung body. It will just be body. Dito na lang. Body lang, body. Body. So, nandito yung CSS natin. So, background image or background URL pala. Background image naman. Then URL. So yung CSS files natin guys, kung makikita nyo sa sidebar, nandito. Yung image is nasa labas. So first thing is lalabas muna tayo using the dot dot para mapunta siya dito. Then that's the time na papasok tayo sa images. And then we're going to select that background file. So capital yung nakalagay kasi. So tingnan natin yung magiging output niya. So yan, that's the background. So kung mapapansin nyo, papalitin ko lang ha, bahagya. Yung background size niya. Gawin ko lang 100 pixels. Kung mapapansin nyo, paulit-ulit yung background. If you don't want it na maging paulit-ulit, you can just manipulate it through the background repeat. No repeat nyo. So, isa lang yung magdi-display. Ito lang. Ngayon, what if you want it na i-cover lahat? Then, you can specify it dito as cover. Yan. It covers all. But what if you want it to be fixed? Na although na-scroll tayo, hindi na sumusunod yung background. We can do that through the background attachment fix. Touch natin. Kahit i-scroll man natin, hindi nag-move yung background natin. Okay. Ngayon, lalagyan natin to ng wait, gawin ko tong I want this one na maging bold, yung makapal siya. So we can do that through font width, bold. Or we can do strong, but manage ko lang siya through CSS. Then yun. Kahit pa paano kumapal siya ng bagya. Then to make the background transparent, we just need to go here and we can use the RGBA, yung may opacity or yung may alpha na value. So the black color is 0. 0 lahat. White kasi yung 255. Now dito, if 1 yung ilalagay natin, that's full black. If you want to make it transparent, then we can use a percentage. Maliit na value. Nandiyan pa rin yung brown. Now, we need to remove this color here. Either transparent or we can immediately remove. Yan. So, kahit pa paano naging transparent na siya, Halos katulad dito sa taas, sa sample natin. So, gawin ko lang 8.8. Yan. So, next is I want this, yung text sa loob, sa part ng ating header. So, header, yung H1, at saka yung, what is that? Yung paragraph. Mag-iba yung size nito. Pero, yung text color nila is magkatulad lang. So, yung kulay ng text, it will be, sabihin natin, orange. Hey guys, kung habang ko ka pag-snack lang mo ha. May kakapoy ka mo, nag-snack ako didi. Ginyaw-yawon man lang ni share. So, mapapansin nyo may space. What if you want it na dukot layad, just like this one? Let's try to check yung element niya. So, basically, H1 has the margin. So, let's try to minimize the margin of H1. So, margin, sabihin natin 2 pixels lang. Bumaba na. Pero yung paragraph, meron ba? Meron din pala yung paragraph. So, bawasan rin natin yan. Yan. So, next is, we need to fix yung space dito. Dikit siya masyado. So, we're going to manage that here using the padding. This is a space inside the box. Sabihin natin 20 pixels. Refresh. Yan. Hindi siya pantay yung space dito tsaka dito. So, palitan lang natin. Let's try to remove that one. Ganun pa rin. So, perhaps, tingnan natin yung spacing niya. Malaki yung space sa taas. So, bawas-bawasan natin yung space. So, dito pa rin, gawin natin yung padding, dash top. Sabihin natin 15 pixels. Yan. So, based sa website, parang malaki yung text niya. Sabihin natin, sige, adjust natin yung size. Adjust natin yung size ng H1 to font size. Then, sabihin natin 36 pixels. Kasi yung default yan, I think is 32. Napalaki ng bagya. Then, yung P, I want it to change its size as well to 18 pixels. Yan. 1 or nulo. 1 or nulo. Then, dito, base dito is wala siyang background. Then, we can remove the background. Hindi siya ganun ka clear dahil light yung background natin. Okay. Anyway, didilat kitahan inner container. Dire kasi ako ano, butangan ko na lang yung background kay text naton dire. Ang ko lang background color. Sabihin natin 3. So, yung text natin sa loob, so yung container is black then. Inner container, let me just copy this one. Inner container. Gawin natin itong 8. Then, meron siyang padding of 20 pixels. Sabihin natin. And then, tama ba? Mas malaki pa. 30. Saan yung H1? Tapos, yung ginawa niya dito is naka-border radius sa part ng inner container. Border radius. Para mag-curve. Malaki masyado. Ang galandawanin natin eh. Naton header. Alis ka lang muna. This one, we have the text shadow, guys, if you are not yet gone. Fix one fix. Nagkuhan. Blur. Wala naman text shadow. Lang text shadow. Baka dito. Yan. Yan na lang. Malagyan lang ng maging clear lang yung text. And then proceed tayo sa dito. Yung sa style is mayroon siyang parang wait. Yung mga text natin dito is meron siyang white, meron siyang yellow, may orange. Let's try to have a common style. Text plus text orange. Then, yung iba is meron din tayong text center. Wait. Saan na tayo? Dito na tayo sa call 1. Mamaya gamitin natin yan. Dito sa call 1, meron siyang paragraph na strong, tapos paragraph. Tsaka image. Meron siyang image. Meron din silang space in between pagdating sa container sa loob. So I think I need to provide margin. Margin top is 0 and I think 10 pixels. Yeah. Na-move lang. Save. Column 1 container. Ay, inner container pala. Inner containers may margin. Tapos yung aside. Bumababa. Okay. So, remove na lang. Inner container. Inner container ito. Ay, content area. I need to put a padding in the content area. Para magkamay na kita ng space hand side. Sa side pala. Sorry. Yan. Para may na spacing. So, if we dare to remove those value o yung background color nila, yun. Ngayon, we need to fix yung sa loob. Start with the first column. Anong column 1? Column 1, meron siyang yung strong. And then yung isa, tanggalan na line eh. Okay, makukuhan. And then P. So, display block na lang to. And then, as its color of orange, pambansang orange. Text align, center. Okay, tapos yung font size, sabihin natin 26 pixels. Copy this one. White. Center ba siya? Hindi naman siya center. Gawin ko lang siyang 16 pixels. Refresh. Yun. Ay, na-center man dito eh. Check natin dito. So, may space dapat. Meron article. So, I can manage yung article as to provide space. You can use either margin or padding for this one just to provide space. Hindi mag-work yung margin, use padding. So, hindi masyado sa baba. Margin bottom. Margin bottom. Gusto ko malaki yung space. Yan. Then, I want to remove yung background, yung violet. Yan. So, kung mapapansin natin, yung text dito is nakadikit dito. So, we need to fix yung column container. Or yung article. Yan. More space. I want more space. Okay, so yung image gusto kong maglagay ng border. Border, let's say 8 pixels, solid and white. Yan. Pero baka yan nasusobra. Width of 100%. Nasobra. No. Container, padding. Let's try to check kung nagsusubra good my container didi. It aton image naglalampasiyahan container. It should not. So although naka 100% DD. Now, malagi up. So let's try to fix this by using float. Same pa rin. What about using back sizing. Border box. Yun. It works for back sizing. So we have the image here. We have the content here. Next is yung sa baba naman tayo. Halos the same kung anong ginawa nating style dito. We can just copy and paste yung design niya. So we can just copy this one and put it up here, down here rather. Palitan lang natin ng 3. Yan. And then, let's try to set up the content. Let me copy this one. Put it up here, put it down here. Okay, and then let's try to remove some of the extra element here para solo lang yung strong. Okay. Save. Yan. So, naka-left siya, hindi siya naka-center. So, let's try to fix that one. So, left, tanggalin na lang natin yan. And then, let's change the font into 20 pixels lang. Refresh. Yan. And then, let's try to remove that green one. So, ano pa? So, it should have a spacing in between. Dapat may spacing siya. Let's try to do margin for the column part. Saan na yon? Ito. Let's say margin top 0 and 30 ay 20 pixels. Malaki yan. 15 pixels. Bumaba si 15 pixels. That's a column. Padding na lang. Mababa siya. Yan. So, mapapansin nyo pa, yung alignment dito, hindi ganun kaayos. Tingnan nyo. So, it should be the same. It should be balanced. To solve that, we need to try yung margin left negative 15 kasi 15 yung nilagay natin dito. And then yung margin right. So, ito pala. Hindi siya na-move dito. Hindi siya na-move. Ay, hindi siya na-move. Takuan. Anyway, yan. Text tayo ito. May time pa. So, button. Button. Malaki ang class. btn orange. Tapos, yung padding niya, 10 by 15 pixels. Background color is orange. Text color is white. And then yung text transform, yung uppercase. Let's try this one. So all you need to do is to copy this class and put it on our button. Button, anton sana. Refresh ta. Refresh. Yan. Manya button. So, bounded style. Itiya border is none. Tapos, border radius about 20 pixels. Ay, nako. 10 pixels. Yung once mag-hover ako, cursor pointer, bang hindi kasi na-work ng cursor pointer. Hindi rin nagiging kamot. Dapat nagiging kamot. Tapos, every time ma-hover kita, it should be ay ba't color? Ano man na color gusto natin. Let's say if we want to make it a little bit dark, let's try to go here and set a dark color. Second tiny. So background color. So try to refresh. Hover on this so it's a little bit dark kahit pa paano. Tapos, didiliwat kita. Form. Ano to niya ngaran? Container form. Na-start kita ha Google Map anay. Pinalabos. We can just copy yung mga code dito. Ano to? Ang kanang image. Ano akong code and image, daddy? Let me try to copy this one. May space siya ako. Ano rin data? Tatanggalan na lang. May niya na provide na space. So let's start with the contact form. So yung class kanina, pwede natin magamit yun. May ginawa kong class na text orange. We can utilize it already here. Para once we refresh, may orange na. Immediate orange. Then if you want to implement design here, text color, pwede rin tayong gumawa ng text color na white. This is how framework works. Yung mga framework, yung CSS framework, they have their ready-made or mga built-in na mga classes. All we need to do is to utilize them. ayun, yung ginagawa natin is we are copying and paste yung mga styles, making the styles, custom styles. But for frameworks, all you need to do is to utilize classes, just like yung ginagawa ko ngayon. So, I just copy and paste some classes and put it on the element. So next is yung mga text input. So let's try to have a general class for those inputs. Sabihin natin form input. So this form input will be, dito na lang, should be a dot class. Background color, ano yung kulay ng background dito? Brown? I'm not sure about. Lagyan mo ito ng red. Then width is full width, 100%. Padding is, sabihin natin 15 pixels. Color of the text inside the text box should be white. Try to refresh. It's huge. Ang laki niya. So let me just do a CSS here para kita ko largot output. So 10 is malaki masyado. Kung 15, yan. So I would like to add, let's say, may border. I would like to remove the border. None. Then I would like to have a margin bottom of 15 pixels. The other, let's say, maglagay na akong sa top of 10 pixels. Malaki masyado. So want to make it 5. Then, for the color, wala. Tama ba? Para siyang brown. Yan na lang yata. Let's say we can border ba niya? Border radius. Border radius. 5 pixels. Yan. Copy this code. Then put it here. Sobra yung curly brace. Refresh. Yan. So dito, mababa masyado dito. So I think let's just manage na lang yung text area, yung style niya dito. Bawas-bawasan natin yung margin. Bottom niya, 10 pixels lang. Pa rin na. Hindi pala. Okay. Yung height na lang. Match natin yung height niya to 100 pixels. Footer. Footer. Halos the same sa header. Sa navigation na kulay. So let's just copy this one. Ano yung footer? Footer. Kulay lang. Just need to put the background color, mean height of 30. Okay, then the alignment of the text should be text align center, color of white. Dikit. May space siya, may space. So I need to provide margin space. Margin top. Oh, yung anak na refresh. Yan. Although iba't yung structured diha usa na website. So it mapapansin pa natin guys is inihiya na header na footer is full width comparing to the website. It should be full width. Yep. Di ala kay sugad kay full width adi. So kahit pa paano nagkamay daga din itsura naton website compare han pagtitigang pala naton. So paano naman naton ini mafu-full width? By the way, inihiya na nagiging yellow dito. This is because this is an active page. Usually, nilalagyan ng class yan na active. We can set, for example, where it is. Naton may da kita class nga active. Ha, A, may da class nga active. So if we're going to put a class na active, usually, kung ito yan na page, so magiging orange siya. So, objective natin is full width natin ini nga aton nav na hinan footer kasi base di naka full width. Di gurugutigan ni is kuhanan nav pero full width nat. So, yung nagde-define ng container dito, yung container, ito yung nagpapa-center. So, yung gagawin natin, ilabas natin to. Yung nav. Tingnan natin kung ano yung magiging itsura niya. Adi, nawara yung design. So, bububutang kita ang container. Lagi hap. We're still going to put a container pala. But, magiging mo kita an additional na container for the nav. So, yung container natin dito, it specifies the container to make it center. Yun ang main objective niya. Container dito. So, maglagay na lang tayo ng ibang container for the nav to solve the problem. The nav container. Container. Tapos yung nav inner container. So, pagdating dito sa style, papalitin natin to ng nav. This should be nav container. Lahat ng may nav, it should be under the nav container na. Yung mga nav natin. And then, sa nav container, ito na yung mayroong ito. Physically. Yan. Kaso hindi pa siya center. So, to make it center, we need to call yung inner container. Which is this specify yung ganito. Na yung kukopyahin natin. Make it 100 width, transparent lang, kahit wala nga yan. Min height is ganito, and auto zero, o margin auto zero, para mag-center siya. So, min height, tanggalin natin yan. Yan. That's how we do it. So, doon sa footer, ganun rin yung gagawin natin. Let me just copy this one para mas madali yung pag-solve. Lalabas natin yan. Copy natin to, ilagay natin to dito. And palitan natin to ng footer. just to easily identify. And let me just copy this code. Baba tayo. Hanapin natin si footer. Sana si footer? Footer, where na you? Search. Yan. So let me just copy this one and put it down here. So papalitan natin to ng hey, ba't ka nagja-jump? Footer. So wala na to. Basically okay lang. So yun, let's just provide a margin top sa footer container. So yun. So I think that's it lang muna guys. Kung hindi ko man siya na-copy totally ng 100%, pero kahit papaano it give meron siyang 75. Ang mga 50% na nakopya. So yun lang. That's how we can manage yung layout guys pagdating sa website if you are trying to use yung float. So we need to consider yung float property, yung box sizing, also important. So just give you an idea kung paano ba tayo gagawa ng website using a float property. And if you want to utilize yung flexbox, you can also apply it here.